when they say to you, where do you get your authority? How can we answer that? Do we have Melchizedek and priesthood and Aaronic priesthood authority today? Do we have that? Well, we read in the Bible that for every high priest, according to Hebrews chapter 5, every high priest taken from among men is ordained that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins, and by reason hereof he ought, as for the people, so also for himself, to offer for sins. And no man taketh this honor unto himself, but he that is called of God, as was Aaron. So as Hebrews chapter 5, we read that anyone who holds the office of a priest must be ordained of God. He doesn't take it for himself, but he has to hold that. And he has to be called of God, as was Aaron. And in Hebrews, he's talking about those who hold the Aaronic priesthood, they have to hold the priesthood of Aaron, be of the lineage of the tribe of Levi, of the tribe of Aaron, have that kind of blood in him, or he cannot even hold the priesthood, because that was the qualification that God gave. But how does the Mormon priesthood stack up today? Does Mormonism restore the Aaronic and Melchizedek priesthood? I have up here a chart that contrasts the Aaronic and Melchizedek priesthood of Mormonism and how it differs from the biblical priesthood. All LDS males, all Mormon males hold the Aaronic priesthood according to Mormonism. But in the Bible, they must be of the lineage of Aaron, of the tribe of Levi. Deacons as young as 12 years old can be ordained as and hold the Aaronic priesthood in Mormonism. But in the Bible, we read in 1 Timothy 3:8, deacons are the husbands of one wife. Well, I haven't met any 12-year-old boys that have wives, and that would be a scary thought if they did. So that is a huge difference between the Mormon view of Aaronic priesthood and the biblical view. Males with defects are accepted. Joseph Smith had a leg defect. He had a surgery when he was a young boy. And that, according to the biblical view of priesthood, would have disqualified him from being a priest, because the priest had to have no physical defect whatsoever in the Bible. According to Mormonism, their priests don't have to perform blood sacrifices. They don't have to do that. Nor do they follow all the various specific washing and ceremonial rites that are described in the Bible. They don't even come close to following that. So if you're restoring the Aaronic priesthood, it's rather curious that there are such differences between the Mormon view of the Aaronic priesthood and the biblical view. If indeed it's a restoration, that means you go back to what it was originally. That's what that word restore means. So how is it that they can justify all these changes in their Aaronic priesthood from the biblical view of the Aaronic priesthood? In Mormonism, you have many high priests. All their bishops hold the high priest office. But in the Bible, there was only one legal high priest at a time. So as long as there was one legal high priest living, there could not be a second high priest. In Mormonism, LDS males received the Melchizedek priesthood. They could hold the Aaronic priesthood, and at the same time holding the Aaronic priesthood, they can also hold the Melchizedek priesthood. But in the Bible, Jesus is disqualified from holding the Aaronic priesthood because he is not of the tribe of Levi. And he is the only one qualified to hold the Melchizedek priesthood, according to Hebrews chapter 7. LDS males transfer to others the Melchizedek priesthood in the Mormon church. You can have one male holding the high priest, and another male can earn the high priest at the same time, holding Aaronic and Melchizedek, and let's just pass it on from one man to another. That's what Joseph Smith claimed, that he could receive these priesthoods, and he passed it on to other members of the LDS hierarchy. And yet, we see in the Bible the Melchizedek priesthood is non-transferable. Hebrews chapter 7, verses 23 through 24. So we see that not only does Mormonism not restore the Aaronic priesthood, but Mormonism has a counterfeit Melchizedek priesthood that does not even come close to the priesthood, Melchizedek priesthood as described in the Bible.